What exactly is HRT? Is it just replacing estrogen?
No, hormone replacement therapy for women is replacing estrogen and progesterone if you have a uterus. But also for women, and a lot of women don't realize this, we need testosterone. Not a
Hmm.
huge amount of testosterone, but like a little bit of testosterone. And what testosterone does for us, in addition to you needing estrogen and progesterone, is it helps our muscle mass, which actually helps our joints as well. Because a lot of women will suffer from joint pain and they don't even realize that the joint pain is coming from the lack of estrogen and testosterone. But as we age, keeping our muscle mass is really important for women, not only for risk of falling and things like that, but also to protect our joints. Also, testosterone helps us for something called low desire or hypofunctional sexual desire disorder, which a lot of women have in this transition of menopause, that we suddenly go, what happened to our wanna? We don't know what happened to that. So testosterone is important for that too, but also for our overall feeling of well-being and our ability to tolerate exercise and things like that, and to just have motivation to get off the couch. Because a lot of women go, yeah, I just don't feel like doing anything. People ask me to go out and I don't want to, things like that.
I think a lot of women would be afraid to take testosterone, that they would
Yes.
feel like I'm going to
No,
suddenly become a Hulk.
no, not at all. And we don't give you like enough to be like Arnold Schwarzenegger or anything,
Yeah.
because women normally have up to when we're younger, our normal number is about 55 to 75 of testosterone. And when women come in menopause, they're about 10. So they really do feel really low in testosterone. So we just
Yeah.
want a little bit of testosterone just to give us some motivation.
All right. And a lot of women have heard that HRT causes breast cancer. Is that
Yes.
true?
So, and that all comes back to the Women's Health Initiative back in 2002. But recently, I was at the Menopause Society meeting in Philadelphia, and they announced that, we have more data that we can actually leave women on estrogen for a longer period of time, over 65. And that comes from a study of 10 million, and you heard me right, million women over 65, because they did a Medicare study from 2007 to 2020. And that study showed that if you looked at women just on estrogen, that it actually decreased the risk of breast cancer, colon cancer, and other cancers, so on estrogen alone. Now, when they looked at the women on estrogen and progestin, it did have a slight increased risk of breast cancer. So that's where that whole thing comes from, is the increase of breast cancer in progestin people taking people. But if you can mitigate that risk if you change the way they were taking the progestin. So if they took the progestin by using a patch or by putting the progestin in vaginally, which is interesting. I don't know if I would want to put something in vaginally every night, but you can. That would mitigate the risk of breast cancer. And then those people had a decreased risk of not only breast cancer, but endometrial cancer and ovarian cancer. So all those things are very important. So what you have to do is talk to a medical professional and see what's right for you. And that's why when we look at people, we have to look at the whole person, their whole risk, and then decide together what hormone replacement is right for that person.
Okay. And I can get supplements a lot of different places.
Yes.
Why should I go to a medical doctor?
Well, again, what I was just saying is that that medical doctor can look at the whole person. Plus, they have the research data to look at that person and see where they fit into that data and know that person's history. If you're looking online, who knows what they're giving you? And also, that stuff online, and I'll talk about two things online. One is that you don't know if it's going to work because it doesn't have to say it doesn't have to give what it says that it's going to do. But if you talk to a medical professional that knows the data, knows where you fit into that, looks at your full medical history, these people aren't doing that. And that scares me actually. So I would prefer you to go to somebody who reads the research and looks at the data.